Don't worry.
I just started recording.
I can like record my screen because then you can see me click and stuff.
Yeah, I'd actually also like that. So there we go. Let me just pop this out so I can see it. Pop out window. It's been a while since I've actually coached someone of your elo. Last time I coached,
Ah, really?
yeah, last time I coached someone from D3 plus was when I was actually master tier. When
Uh-huh.
I used to coach back then as well, but now I'm actually doing it actively because I find it so much fun to actually do. So here,
Well, yeah. I mean, if your game knowledge is better, for example, than master, I mean, the only thing I think that is stopping you from climbing is maybe mechanical skill.
actually, what some of you from
And
time currently is playing 90 fucking champions, so I've actually stopped doing that. I'm currently I
uh,
I, I think what I need to do are like I'm pretty honest with myself when I need to go do this. My biggest problem is definitely that I play a lot of champions. I fall into a
uh-huh.
hole that and that's a problem that a lot of people fall into. I know. I hate playing the same champions over and over again.
Well, yeah, it gets boring.
It
Yeah,
gets very
I can,
boring, yeah.
yeah, I understand that.
So what I've finally started actually try harding a bit, and I've gotten quite a lot of elo lately, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Here, just full screen this. But mostly what I could see from I watched a few of your VODs. Like the thing I really noticed was the lack of opportunities you're taking.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I felt that you're waiting for opportunities to come to you, and not just trying to find
And
them
not me to
yourself.
force them, yeah. Because for example when I'm like playing Graves, I want to prioritize farming my jungle camps instead of trying to force something on the map. And I'm kind of I'm not really sure when I'm able to force something like and where to force it exactly. That's why I just go back to the jungle and farm, because in my head I don't see an opportunity where it's worth it for me to engage and try to make stuff on the map.
Oh,
Basically, my top process currently is I will probably ban Lilia, and I'm thinking about banning maybe Amumu, but I have not really seen him in my games recently.
I
But I saw that Amumu is like really really strong right now,
Amumu's
along
insane
with
right now,
Garner.
but I think
Yeah,
Amumu is better for actually top lane. I don't think Amumu is that good in comparatively in jungle. Um, but he might also be really strong jungle if you play him correctly. But he's really strong right now. I believe Lilia is a good ban, yes, in high elo.
yeah,
Lilia is probably the best
no,
to ban
yeah,
because
exactly.
she
I'm
can really
almost
blow
always,
off.
yeah, I'm almost always banning Lilia. So right now they ban my Graves. I think I could actually play either Hecarim or either Lee Sin.
I prefer Hecarim personally.
But
I love Hecarim right
yeah,
now. He's such a strong champion, and he really gives you a good understanding on like what to do and how to do it correctly, and also when to take an opportunity. That's why I personally like Hecarim.
yeah, let's go with Hecarim. I mean, for example, I think I have played most of my games on Graves, Hecarim, and Lee Sin this season, but I'm not really sure what other jungle I might pick off, because I'm pretty much not that confident on Lee Sin, because in this current elo I think that one mistake on Lee Sin you get so far behind.
Mm.
The good thing on Lee Sin is that he's able to actually camp every lane and gank very offensively. And in this elo where everyone is crying for ganks and stuff, I think it's fine. But on the other side, I think that if you're picking like a heavy farm jungle like Lilia, Hecarim, something like that, uh, you get a lot more fed or snowbally, so to say, if you just clear your camps, like, and try to power farm along with ganking.
I prefer to power farm until I get like the I tried to get level 6 on Hecarim specifically, because I believe he's really strong against level 6. With his ultimate, you're like able to win every duel. Oh yeah, do you go face rush or do you go Conqueror?
I go face rush into this
Because
mid
I
lane.
normally go Conqueror. I believe Conqueror is actually better to go. It gives you more damage and also gives you the tenacity, um, from the Legend Tenacity rune. Right now you don't need Legend
Yeah,
Tenacity because we don't have a lot of CC, but you could go with Alacrity instead then. But
yeah.
that's kind of up to yourself. I don't feel like personally you get a lot out of face rush. Um,
I have not tried. I have not tried it at
um,
all. The Conqueror build, so I'm not really sure uh, how it will be.
okay.
I will try it for next game or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, first off, right here, they shouldn't reach late game because basically, if they reach late game, I think they're kind of stronger than us because of Trinder, because of Yon, and because of Senna.
Yep, I agree with you on that. And especially also because of Evelyn. Evelyn can pop your gen instantly.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, if we reach late game, we're kind of screwed. The other thing I'm thinking is that maybe I can focus on mid and top at first, depending on the lane state. Because if we can get Tryndamere behind or Ion, I think Renek can snowball, and I will disable Tryndamere from snowballing and get it too oppressive.
Mm.
As for bot lane is pretty much really gankable because of Jhin and Naughty. So at this point, I'm not really sure what my priority will be. I think middle or bot lane. I mean, it all depends on the lane state.
I mean, top lane would be really good to gank, like just a single gank or two, because he doesn't have the teleport. Oh, that's good. That's greedy. Can you actually get it? Oh, you might actually get it. Yeah, nice. Well played.
Right.
Oh, you'll need a strong gank now. A strong pull, I mean.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna start.
Yeah. But if you get an early kill on Trinmere, he'll really fall far behind, especially against a Volibear. Volibear should actually be able to do some good damage on him. So I'd do a single gank or two on top lane, and get him far behind. I believe I've seen this Trinmere before, and if I remember correctly, he's very much of a he's pretty good at actually just getting kills. If he gets kills, he's just gonna steamroll.
Hmm.
He tends to be more of a team fighter though, so
Oh, I cast my auto attack here.
that's definitely gonna be top lane you're gonna focus on, I think.
I'm not really sure where Evelyn started because I wasn't paying attention, and that's a pretty big mistake.
Yeah,
Because
that
I'm not
happens.
really sure.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure she started blue rep up, I mean. So you should be around
yeah,
blue buff by now.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't give a wave shift then, sadly. So the top lane's not gonna be gangling now. But we can just
Yeah,
shadow them. It's
that's
okay just to
true.
shadow the laners, because we're pushed in, I'd go for a bit of a counter jungling after getting the scuttle. Like I'd go with the a
Yeah.
bit of counter jungling, getting some vision in or removing vision rather, because you're stronger than Evelyn right now. See
Yeah,
if
I
you raise
think
her up.
I think she hasn't done cooks, so I basically can do cooks and shadow top lane.
Exactly. Because currently, if you shadow your top laner, he's just gonna be so far ahead. As long as he doesn't get killed and fall behind due to the gank, it should be fine. So just hear him be early game, I'd shadow him.
Yeah, but is it right now a good idea to just try and cross and do the cooks? And
I
should
don't.
I stop
He's
his
backing.
echo?
He's backing because of a lane state. So
Should
just
I
let
should I stop his echo
no
or not?
let him back. Let him back. No need to stop him. Oh, she's actually
Okay.
done him. Okay.
Yeah. Also, right here, should I go for this, or should I just try to rush and
I'd
Shin?
go. I'd go for red smite. Definitely red smite.
Uh,
It's
okay,
red
let's
smite is
try
so
it.
much stronger. Especially for dueling. Oh GG's. I think are they remaking? Or why did you say GG?
No, no, I
Oh, that's
think
the early death. That's your early death. Ah, I get it. Alright. Oh, you
okay,
might be able to
nice.
get a kill. That's nice. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you can get bot
I'm
lane. You
just
can
going.
definitely get
Yeah,
bot
I'm
lane.
just going.
Nice. Well played. You can get this one. Ah, damn it. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Mm, it's
Oh,
fine.
oh, you should have
It's
popped
fine.
your potion. Remember to pop your potion.
Yeah, I
Oh,
popped it,
oh, you
but
pop. Oh, what's
yeah,
your oh, ah, damn it.
yeah,
I
I
think that's
popped
where
it,
if
but it was kind of scuffed. I think I should have just gone for the
yeah, you
Senna
should.
and not for.
Oh, he might be able to get it if you auto text.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
nice.
gonna get it.
Okay, that's
Nice.
fine. I shouldn't have gone for the Lulu there. It was my bad.
The biggest problem was that Senna still had her heal up. And that really,
Yeah, she had the flash as well. She
yeah.
flashed away.
We still got our bot lane ahead, so that should really snowball them.
Yeah, I think
With
it's
Jin
fine.
and Nolus, they can play really aggressive. So from now on forward, they should be able to 2v2 a lot. So now we can actually ignore our top laner a bit more and focus on our mid laner instead. Because he's also snowballing an insane amount. So what I do now is skip a Crux and then go into the enemy jungle.
Okay.
Because if you get the enemy jungle, because currently you can and you are allowed to be greedy due to your mid laner is so far ahead and your bot lane. Be a bit careful here in the beginning because Jin's still walking to lane, but you can still walk in and clear vision and get power and counter jungle. Oh, there
Now
she
Evan
is.
is here.
She's there. She's there. You can fight
Yeah.
her. I think you can fight her. The bot lane can't
I'm not
move right
really
now.
confident. Yeah, but I'm not
Um,
really sure. I there was a possibility for kill right there.
um, I would have fought her just due to
Cause
you can see if you look at the bot lane state. If the enemy bot lane left, you could back off immediately, and the enemy bot lane would lose a shit ton of XP and time. So that's why I'd gone for it, just to try and actually bait the enemy bot lane to come for you. They couldn't leave due to how the wave was hitting their tower, and it's a
yeah.
big wave hitting their tower.
I mean, I should probably have fought there. I
And
think
remember,
this
you
would have
have
been a
red
better
smite.
play.
The reason why you also get red smite
Yeah.
is because it gives you fighting possibility. I think you dive that actually with a Renekton.
Yeah.
I mean, after that, you can still rip
True.
buff. Remember to red smite.
No,
Nice.
he's dead. He's
He's
dead.
dead. He's dead. He's dead. Good.
Nice. Evan is
Yeah.
gonna do it.
You.
I think we can fight her.
I think you can fight her as well. I agree. I'd fight it. Yeah, she's
Okay,
fair. She's fair. She's fair. If she gets level 6, she can't. But if she doesn't get level 6 now, she shouldn't get level 6 now.
it's fine. But this is ours anyways.
This is so good. This is really good. Yeah, you can get it. Definitely. Oh, careful. Yes. Well played. Smite. Yes, nice.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
nice.
really good. That's good. It's good. Um,
Nice.
oh, that's big. See, that's an
Okay,
opportunity
but
created. Yeah, don't take it now. You might be able to
I
take it
mean,
still,
we
but
still can take it.
yeah, but just be
But
careful if you can. Oh, yeah, he's not gonna take it. Yeah, good.
nice.
Oh, he
Okay.
takes Wraiths as well. You might as well do Wraiths
Yeah.
while you're at it. He still has whole jungle. He's not allowed to.
I think there is a ward right
He
here.
warded, yeah. So if he moves towards you, you just back off. But if he doesn't, then
Yeah,
you just get it
exactly.
for free. Because he can chase you down. Yeah, he's not gonna stop you. So
Nice.
see, that's
Okay,
how
that's
we
actually
create
huge.
opportunity. Because as a Hecarim and Graves, for example, you can fight early game, especially if you have a red smite. It gives you a lot of damage and sustain. You can definitely fight that. That's a dead. He's so fucked. Nice. Really well played. Well
Nice.
played. Well played.
I think I just get blue, continue clearing, then recall for Shin, and maybe Bami,
Hmm.
and then just going to
Either
bot lane and
bomb
like
me or actually get boots. because you're pretty
Yeah,
far
yeah,
ahead.
boot is better. Yeah, boot is
I
better.
don't think bomb is needed right now.
Yeah, and good thing that Volibear is playing safe and not allowing Tryndamere to do
Yeah,
anything.
he's just farming out. That's also why I said we can actually ignore him because I could see he's not gonna fight. Our Volibear, he's clever enough to understand that he's not gonna be important. And it's really important to see when a player plays like he does. It's important to notice that you can ignore him. So I'd probably get
I
Shinya and then
think
get boots.
Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury Trust definitely. I agree with that. You can after this I'd go after you get your Bomby I'd get a and Training Force I'd get the Bramble Vest just due to Tryndamere and having Yon and the
Yeah, that was actually a good idea. I should
yeah
have just gotten one cloth armor, because currently I'm sitting on 300 gold
exactly
and this
that's
is
what I was
really
saying.
efficient.
So you should have bought a cloth
Yeah,
armor as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know
I
that's a
was
minor
thinking
thing
about it. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I wasn't sure.
because I would definitely go a Bramble Vest here. Oh, they're so dead. They're moving up, and Jin can ulti. If Jin ultis now, yeah, you should be able to get the Senna because she is. Oh no, she flashed. Oh
Yeah,
man,
she
it's fine.
fought.
It's fine. It's fine. She flashed. She flashed. Oh, you should be
Yeah,
fine.
fine. Yeah.
Alright. You can go ahead and heal up from jungle. You have two smites, so I don't think you can do dragon because you're a bit
Yeah,
too low.
I was thinking of a plant here, the food plant,
I
for
don't think
some
it's
extra
up
healing.
right now. I think she took it earlier, so. And I'd rather have the XP because you're soon 8, so.
Yeah.
Oh, no, top laner won. How did he win? That's illegal. You should get it. If you let you? Oh, you let you? Nice. I'd shove out a
I'm
wave. Yeah,
pushing.
completely push it. Completely
Yeah.
push it. Because Jin's not going to need that. You've helped him quite a bit, so they should be fine with you pushing it as well. I'd get a single plate and then back off.
I'm looking for
And
Lulu,
look for Lulu. Yeah, that's also smart. Uh,
because she was dead. Okay.
oh, that's a blue buff for you. Because Yon just died as well,
Yeah.
so. Or Yon, he's back. So.
I mean, we're kinda
It's fine. You have ulti to
ahead.
escape. You have ulti to escape, so it's not really a risk. Just get the plant, and then you can pressure it. Remember,
I
you
don't
are
feel
Hecarim.
sure.
You're Hecarim with
I
Red Smite, so you don't have
yeah.
to be so afraid. There's
Yeah, I
no need.
normally don't play Red Smite. Red Smite's actually pretty much better on Heka.
It's so stupid broken like Red Smite. It's
And
insanely
have a
strong.
range quit. Have a range quit. I'm doing deck.
Oh, she actually rage quite holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Second time. Last time we did a cheesy, like last game, I was Graves, did a cheese invade on red buff. We killed Mundo there. I mean, we burned his flash, and then he was tilted. He wanted to come to my red buff. He took my, he tried to take my red buff. Zed actually camped him, and
Oh,
and this is a kill.
that's a kill. Yeah, that's a dive. I just focused her. She has no flash, so she should be dead. And out of tower.
Nice. A little bit stupid, cause
Ah, it's fine. To be honest,
now
it's
you're good.
it's actually better to do this play even if Nolus die. I agree, Nolus should have survived
Yeah,
there, but even if he dies, Jin now gets a free plate. You get a plate, and both of them are dead, so they're gonna fall even further behind now. Um,
yeah.
so I think it's where another thing, and this is why I would normally go Conqueror. You would not have
hmm
needed Mercury Treads if you had
The
Legend
tenacity.
Tenacity
Yeah.
exactly. So you can often skip the Mercury Treads if you have what's called if you have Legends Nasty.
Yeah.
So
And
by
I can
now,
just go
yeah, you can
ninja
just ninja.
tabbing.
This is just GG. This is so GG.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much the mental of every single player in this elo.
It is. It's kind of
And that's
sad,
why
but
it's
it's true.
cancer, yeah.
But I still think we can take some things away from this game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I we know already been talking about in semi right now. Most important thing is it seems like you're really afraid to do things. Like it seems like
Yeah,
you don't want to like risk it or to actually take a play.
yeah.
You've reached a certain elo where it's actually worth, in my opinion, to just sometimes take like a trade. That's why I told you earlier when we can look at over it afterwards in the VOD.
Hmm.
But when you saw the bot lane was pushed in, it's completely fine to just go in and actually fuck them up. Because Evelyn cannot fight
Yeah.
you. She does not have any damage. Have you seen a level 5 Evelyn, how little damage she does?
Yeah. And
It's
they didn't have pyro as well.
exactly, so it's completely free to fight her there, or at least pressure her, and maybe even pressure the enemy bot lane to be afraid. Um,
Hmm.
so that's a main thing that I think like we should that you should focus on is not being afraid and just being more open to just doing a play that might seem a bit risky but can really turn out good. Um, so that's also what I got from when I was watching your VODs earlier, and that's also what I wrote to you when before we could do
Yeah,
this. I think it was
exactly.
yesterday. Is that I could already see then that you are afraid of doing plays. Um,
Yeah. I mean, for some reason, I'm not really confident. I mean, I'm kind of confident in my own skill to execute the play, but I'm not really confident of my teammate following up on this play,
I have
and
no
that's why
trust in my
I'm really
teammates.
hesitant.
Like even if they do not follow, actually let's talk about it after. It's easier to talk about it when the game's finished.
Yeah,
Because I can show you what would have happened even if they did not follow.
yeah. Just mental.
Yeah, so I don't get people like this. It's the same with
Yeah,
people who
same.
troll and champs. Like I have no fucking clue. Like
Like, why the fuck are you doing this?
why do you even play League? Like if you don't want to actually play the game, like just yeah, whatever. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Okay, I'm going to the toilet real quick, and I'm
I
coming.
I'll set this up. Man. Stop watching here. So here.
Okay, I'm here right now.
uh, I'm just watching already. It's just a bit of a just getting to the interesting
Yeah.
part. So like the clearing, the pathing, and everything. That's there's nothing I can really comment on that because you're doing what you're supposed to. We checked the golems and it was correct. She started rep buff and did all that. So the pathing is perfect. You backed and everything. So it's really nice. Um, it's from here on forward it begins to get interesting, I believe. Because here's where you get the bot. We get bot lane. Oh, wait, but bot lane here we can both agree. Well, let's just see what actually happened because I'm actually kind of curious why it failed.
I think I could have actually used my ghost earlier and my E later.
Yeah, that might have actually solved it. Let's see if he. Oh, he tanked one too many. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah,
That's what happens sometimes. It can be unlucky. I think what actually the most biggest mistake that happened was the lack of exhaust from Jin, because Jin could actually have exhausted as well, and he did
yeah,
not
but
exhaust earlier to slow down. Um, Sadly, she also went that way instead, and your potion was running. So yeah, there's nothing much to do there. It was unlucky. It's what happens sometimes.
I
Uh,
I still believe that if I use my ghost earlier and my E a little bit later, then my E wouldn't have run out, and I wasn't. I mean, I was forced to go in exactly at the time because
mm,
otherwise my E would have run out and I wouldn't have had the damage that I needed.
that is of course a truth, and it is a small thing that you should think that you should be taking into consideration. Most importantly, what I actually do want to focus on here is the fact that you pressured your bot lane. Even though this happened, it's good that you did this play for your mentality because it's good that you took a risk. It's good that
Hmm.
you set up a play. You didn't just wait for an opportunity. You said, you know what? I'm gonna dive these fuckers now because they should die now, right? Luckily, he was able to
Yeah,
pick up a kill because he's still like exhaust. So it turned
yeah,
out to actually be a really good play here. But it's good that
yeah.
you,
Because normally, I would have just went right at Crux. I would have seen the state at bot lane. I would have seen that, for example, the wave is a little bit pushed towards them, but they're playing like not aggressively but passively, and I would have just assumed that they don't need my help. They don't need anything to be done on bot lane, and I'm free to farm. But at this point, we got like 2 kills, even though we tell 2 kills. But overall, it is a net positive for our bot lane engines, especially.
exactly, and it's the net
Yeah,
positive actually does. So your bot lane now. Let's see how actually. Oh, like let's just look at the gold graph. How do I look at gold graph?
yeah, I have no clue.
Here, let's just find out. Gold, 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 gold. I'll pause this background. Because this is important. This is the moment I actually wanted to get to because this is important and what should be done here. Because this is a time where in my opinion, can't. There must be some way to show gold graph. OC chat history, show health bars. Ah, screw it. You're far ahead. You're 1k ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Jin,
no,
he
one
has a
K head.
pig axe and everything, right? So right now, this is where I told you, you can go into his jungle, you can pressure him because you don't have to care. Reason why you don't have to care is
Yeah,
first of all, you have your skirmisher saber, as I told you. Like this one, the active is so busted that it doesn't matter.
hmm,
She has a fiendish codex. Fiendish codex is not gonna matter in a 1v1. She's
yeah.
currently doing a camp. Even more so, you know when an Evelyn does a camp, she's gonna use her W and her E, right?
Yeah, she has nothing. Yeah,
She has nothing.
this is the thing that I didn't take into
Yeah,
consideration. The one thing I thought like right away, I saw her being level 5, and for some reason I thought that she's stronger than me because she's one level ahead.
yeah.
But in reality, she's not even that strong because she has used all of her cooldowns, as well as she
And
didn't
she's
have
low on
actually
mana.
any mana. Yeah, she didn't have anything right there,
Yeah,
and uh for one thing I thought that she's level 5 and she's stronger. The other thing I thought is that I wouldn't been able to do anything right there
yeah,
because she will just fall back to the turret, and I wouldn't even be able to force a flash or something like that. I mean, the bot lane priority, they can't really help her, but at the same time, I thought that I'm not being able to do anything right there, so it would be a kinda waste of time to try anything instead of just going and to try and farm.
yeah. I understand your mentality of actually not wanting to waste things. I actually had I coached another person who this was a Keanu one trick pony instead, where he had the thought of actually wasting people's time. You going in there and pressuring her, just the thought of her getting her flash burn is not only a good thing because it's gonna waste her
Mhm.
time. She needs it back right now. She has no health. Is also going to set you ahead because you have more viability and more knowledge of her. And there's a chance, and this is the important thing, there's a chance you might burn her flash. And that chance is there, and I think it's actually pretty large. I think you're
Uh-huh.
underestimating your damage.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
and this is why I said, the reason why I wanted to pressure, and this was talking about, I look bot lane. You looked here once. I remember the lane state. I remember how the minions were going. I knew by now, right here. This is where I said you can go in, you can fight, because I
Yeah, and
remember
I was pretty much very close, and I haven't used anything there. I
exactly.
could have forced with E, and she would have burned the flash at all cost there. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is more of a like the biggest thing that you're lacking right now is the mental fortitude to just go in. Like you need to have
And
that
to
burn.
not be
Just
afraid. Yeah.
exactly. You need to remove a fear. A big problem some players have. I remember I watched a this was LS who coached someone, and it was actually also a jungler who's so afraid to actually just do something and just go in. And it's this thing with being afraid of playing solo queue. Um, I'm not sure where it comes from, but I believe it's because you're afraid of losing and afraid of fucking up. At this point,
Yeah, I'm
you
kind of afraid of making a mistake, which will fuck us up even more. Because currently we are kind of ahead, and I feel like I'm not really forced to do a play to extend our lead further, because I think right now that we have a pretty significant lead, and if I for some reason die and make a mistake and fuck something up, then they can get advantage,
mm,
make the game even, and then our chances of winning become lower.
I,
That's the thing I was thinking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
But the problem is here. You're thinking that you might die. How are you gonna die? Like, in what
Yeah,
world are
exactly.
you gonna die?
There is no chance of me
The
dying
Yone,
because the
if
lane
a
state.
Yone roams here,
Yeah,
alright, let's talk, because I also saw this. If a Yone roams, I could look at the lane, you can also see this from a minimap. If you look earlier, this is something you can see from a minimap, and you can also, I normally use the minimap more, but you can see, if you look at a minimap, you can see how a Yone is standing by his turret. That means he's not able to get XP, and it means he's afraid. If you look mid,
yeah,
that's also why I wanted you to look mid. I think you actually looked mid once here, but I
yeah,
remember the lane state being really horrible for Yone, or I just knew it was horrible. You can see. Oh, now I remember why I knew it. It's because I saw him dash. That's actually why. Yeah. You see him on minimap. Suddenly he moves a great deal. That means the wave is currently moving towards Renekton, right? That means
yeah,
the Yone can't move and the enemy bot lane can't move because Yone's still level 5. He needs to be level 6 before he's useful. The enemy bot can't move because if they move, they're gonna lose all of this.
yeah,
So
exactly.
they will lose out. The only thing you're risking here, right, is your time, and you're not even risking
Yeah,
your time
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
you're spending your time wisely, right? And you know you're gonna win because she has no mana, she has no abilities up, and at best she can poke you a bit
yeah,
because you have full mana, you have all abilities, and you have red smite.
yeah.
So
I should have went
of
for something right
of
there. Yeah,
course there are times. Let's say that the enemy bot lane were over here, right? And your mid laner was back here, and Yone didn't have to worry about losing XP, right? Then I do agree with you. You shouldn't make that play. But the situation and the reality of the play is you are winning. Like no one can,
yeah,
the enemy can't help Evelyn, and your team doesn't need to help because you're Hecarim, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
So I think this is actually the last thing that we really got out of the game because now you get a good gank off here. I really like this gank actually. That was well spotted. Where we said dive him because you see you're winning so much, you might as well just get him. Red smite, burn, and dead.
Yeah,
Another reason why red smite is good, it gets you the burn. But burn is really really strong.
yeah. The burn is really strong.
You go
Exactly.
in, and this
And
is
I
where.
think here
Remember
we
what you
know that
told me here.
Evelyn is here.
Here you were afraid in the beginning. I told you just go for it, cause you're so strong, and you still have
Yeah,
red smite.
I was just a little bit afraid and cautious of her, so I wanted to play it like smarter, and I wanted to wait for the Renekton to flank her
Yeah,
right here,
but what I really
and
want.
then
Oh, but you did get it, and that's really good. The smite and the burn again.
yeah,
Love the burn, gonna kill her. This is where I got a bit scared, but I still want you to take a red buff in the end. And that's because I was afraid where Ryoma was going because I couldn't see Ryoma. As soon as I saw
I
him here,
mean
I agreed.
right here I'm not really sure even if they come, even if Yon comes. He can't do anything because he wasted everything on the previous fight, and
Exactly. He
he
didn't
doesn't
have
have
flash. He
ignite.
didn't
He
have
doesn't
ignite.
have, yeah, exactly,
So
and no ultimate as well.
he wasn't going to be a threat as well. That's well remembered. I might have forgotten about it actually myself. But you see, this is where you can be so greedy sometimes without it actually
Mm,
mattering because the Trinimir is pushing in. That's another factor. That's also why I wanted you to fight Evelyn here because if you look back, the Trinimir is slowly getting pushing. This is the thing I talked to you about as well. What I saw when I was watching your VOD. It seems like you're not looking at the map because you're afraid right now. But Tremere can't even help him. But Tremere can't move. He's being pushed in. If he moves, he's gonna lose a
Mm,
wave.
I
Volibear can
was
move.
I was kind of afraid again, not from Tryndamere because I know he cannot really do anything. But I was afraid of Evelyn being able to somehow burst me
Yeah.
because I have not really played that much against Eves, and I have played like against a couple of good Eves, and they were like destroying me.
The good
Like
Eves are very
one shot.
scary. But look at what
Yeah,
the
exactly.
have you wait, try and look at what a good Eve does. A good Eve first takes they do a few good ganks right early, get a small lead maybe, but often they wait till they get their level 6, their Fiendish Codex, and their Dark Seal, right? Like this guy
Mhm.
already has his level 6, he's almost level 6, he has his Fiendish Codex, he has his Dark Seal, and he needs his last item, right? He needs the AP item. When he gets that, they pop the fuck off, because that's when they're strong. Here, another good opportunity, you saw he's pushed in, you gank him, you know if he has no vision, he only has that ward there, right? So
Yeah.
nothing else going to be learned from this game because this game is just going to be steamrolled from now on. But
Yeah, every just yeah.
the most important thing you need to think about, and this is more your mentality, is you need to not be afraid.
Yeah, I get.
I could already tell this when watching your VODs that you were afraid. I
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah,
hear it from you right
exactly.
now that you are afraid to play. I watched I think it was two or three of your games actually, um, where I went through them myself and just tried to see what you're doing, and it was clear you're afraid of doing not doing big plays, but just doing something like being
Mhm.
active and pressuring the enemy. It might seem like you're wasting time sometimes, but that quote unquote wasted time is pressure put on the map. It's pressure put on the
Mhm.
enemy because the enemy can no longer, they can't move up, they can't put pressure on you, they have to be afraid and they have to hold back. With them holding back, you get an opportunity and you're able to capitalize and get a bigger lead.
Yeah.
So stop being afraid, or it's easy enough to say stop being afraid.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all. It's very hard to stop being afraid, but try to get into a mentality of being more open to make a play that might be semi not even that risky, where your lane states are in a good position. And that's why I talked about look at your lanes. You know you can pressure because they're pushed up. You know you can do this and that because of how the lanes are going. You shouldn't invade if both your lanes are in China, right? If both your
Yeah.
lanes are not able to roam, you shouldn't invade. But if they're not, go in, pressure, get vision, buy some more. I'll buy some more control wards than you did, but buy some control wards, put them in the jungle, right?
Yeah, the only thing I forgot about doing to this game is just putting a lot more control words and
It didn't
getting a lot more vision. Yeah.
it didn't really matter this game due to how Evelyn was playing as she was AFK, right? But you should get more controllers definitely.
Yeah.
Additionally, do not buy Sheen as a. I know people do this, but if you're not gonna gank and you're not, it doesn't seem like you're more of a farming jungler and a jungler who waits for opportunity. You're gonna lose. From now on forward, I want you to look for more what's not opportunities, but I want you to capitalize on enemies, right? And make the opportunities for yourself. In order to do that, you need to be able to survive. In order to survive, you need an item such as skirmisher sabers and boots.
Mhm.
So I want you to also stop buying the blue. Like the blue one is really bad. Actually, it's
Mhm.
horrible. You lose a bird, you lose damage, and you take more damage because the red saber
Yeah.
also does you take less damage.
Mhm.
So try to go with a red saber, get some boots early, and pressure the enemy jungler. Reason why you also want the boots is so you can get out of a shitty situation if it does go
Yeah.
south. Sheen is great as the third item because it gives you a big damage boost and a big burst boost. Sometimes if you're behind, try and go Phage instead because Phage gives you more survivability. And
Mhm.
especially if you're going, I prefer going Conqueror. If you go Conqueror, you can survive for ages.
Yeah. I can try as well going conqueror.
It's more of a mix. I think it's more of preference. I believe you already have so much movement speed. It's kind of my same opinion about when people play Lilia. I don't agree with going Phase Rush and Lilia because you're moving like 20 million movement speed already, right?
Yeah, you're already too fast though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point of getting more speed? It's the same kind of with Hegram. Hegram, it's not that important because I feel like when you get the free attacks off, right? You get a Phase Rush, you get a small damage boost and a small movement speed boost, but I'd rather have consistent damage then. Um, But then again, it's up to what the player feels like is correct, and what you feel like works for you. Of course, if it works for you to go face rush, I'm not going to stop you from going face rush, but I'd
Yeah,
advise going as what's called conquer instead. It also allows you, for example, here we see the tenacity. Let's say you're against a full 80 team, right? And they
yeah,
have a lot of CC. Let's say you're against Leona, you're against let's just take a Mumu as well. He's going full tank, right? He's not going to be a problem. You're against Ornn and so on and so forth. You're going to need some tenacity, right? Because you're
yeah,
not going to move this game unless you have tenacity. Legend tenacity also allows you to go ninja tabis in situations where you normally couldn't.
yeah. That's true.
So that's also another thing to consider why I also prefer it. Uh, I don't really think there's much to take away from this game besides what we've gone through right now. Because it definitely seems like you have a lot of you definitely know where to be. You definitely know how to be a place, but you just need to be able to. You need the will and the fire in you to actually do the play, right?
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah, for example, to not be like afraid to go into the enemy jungle to try and fight the jungle when it's possible.
do not be afraid. Show
And
him a middle finger. Give him a middle finger. Say you're the man, right? You are the fucking man. You can
yeah,
do this. You do not have to fear him. He has to fear you.
and in this situation, you also fight his mental kinda,
You do.
because uh in this hero, like you saw the mental right there. If you win the mental war somehow, if you are like really cancer in his like enemy in the enemy jungle, you can just make him like tilted,
Mm,
and then you can make him make mistakes.
exactly. Did you play during the Iron meta when Iron was really big?
I'm not really sure. I think no.
Oh, because Iron is the most bullshit champion when he counter jungled you. It feels so bad and it puts you off so much when you get counter jungle or you see the enemy inside your jungle and you can do absolutely nothing about it, right?
Mm,
It's really strong to do that because, as you were saying yourself, it really fucks up people's mental. They get so annoyed, they get frustrated, they get stressed, and they make mistakes. And that's what we want
yeah.
to. We want to make mistakes, we want to capitalize on our mistakes, and we want to make the opportunities. We're not waiting for them to come to us, we're gonna make them ourselves.
Yeah, because if I'm actually waiting for opportunities, always, like you said, I'm not really trying to make plays. I'm not really trying to put pressure on the map, put pressure on the enemy jungle. And this way, I mean, if I put more pressure, like you just said, to make the enemy tilted, it would benefit a lot more than just to play safe and just to farm. Because whenever I play safe, the jungle is also open to playing safe and to playing a little bit like however he wants.
Exactly,
Because
and
if I'm in his face, then he's not allowed to play the type of game he wants to play, because I'm not
exactly.
allowing. Yeah, exactly. I can see now
So
what
you're
what are you trying
forcing
to say.
your place on him. He has to be reactive. You're not
Yeah,
reactive. I actually experienced this myself, where I had to be. Sometimes you do have to be play reactively because that's how the games goes. For example, if your whole team falls behind, right?
yeah,
But mostly you want to try to make the opportunity yourself and try to make them come instead of having to wait for them to come. Because if you force them to play and play for your style, right, and force him to come down to your level or him to go up to your level, you will win because you are ahead of the curve right now. You have a vision, you have the lane stage, you have a
yeah,
knowledge. You're forcing it onto him. Um, so yeah, I think that's mostly what I can get out of it right now. Just try and go with this a bit. Try and be a bit more aggressive. It might fuck up sometimes. You might actually lose some games because you're overextending, right? But it's better to lose a game where you try to make an opportunity to make a game work, right? Than just to
mm,
lose because you're not doing anything.
yeah,
It's the same. I think that Whippo actually said it really well in an interview. Like, if you're just gonna BFK, you're not gonna like. You might as well not play the game, right?
yeah,
You might as well just do something like fight, fuck them up, be in their face. So, but I really hope
yeah.
this helps
Because
you, and I
if
hope it gives you
yeah,
some
of
insight
course.
on your play.
Oh yeah, a ton actually. I mean, a lot of the things that you said. I mean, all the things that you said are correct about my playstyle. And right now, like when you say stuff like that, which for example, I was telling you that I'm afraid to make plays, but when you present a lot more and a lot better and valid arguments again for this current situation, it actually makes a lot more sense to try and make something instead of just farming and
Because
to
you're
wait
just
for
gonna farm, nothing's gonna happen. Like it's not gonna
yeah,
happen.
exactly.
And it might suck in the beginning. You might fuck up, but at least you did something instead of just being AFK. At least you actually did
Yeah.
something. Because if you do something, then something can happen. If you're not going to do something, nothing's going to happen. Um, I'm sorry I only have the time I have right now. I actually have to leave here in
Yeah, no
5 minutes.
worries.
So, but I'm happy it helped you, and I'm happy it sounds like it really opened your mind up to a different
Of
perspective.
course.
Uh,
It actually really helped me. Yeah, thanks so much.
so we can maybe talk about it again later if you want to. Have another session at
Oh
some
yeah,
point.
if
Um,
you have time, yeah, you can just write to me. Like I'm almost always available, and I would really appreciate it. So it's basically up to you. If you feel like it, and if you have time, just send me a DM, and I'll be
I'll do that.
glad to stream again, play again. So yeah, thanks a lot for the
No
tips
problem.
and
I'll be
tips you
uploading this
said.
to YouTube by the way, if you're okay with that.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
of
good.
course. Just upload it. Yeah, no worries.
Alright, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Yeah, same. Bye.
Alright, so that was coaching a Diamond 3 jungler, and some, this was not so much fundamentals as the last few videos have been, as he's a lot higher elo. The most important thing to take out from this is we often get a playstyle when we climb, and we begin learning how to climb with that playstyle, but you sometimes need to the problem people have is they tend to be afraid of doing things. They tend to be afraid of being active on the map. They tend to be afraid of actually trying to. They're afraid of fucking up. And the most important thing is, as that's also what we saw here with Yanni, is that he's afraid of actually just popping off. He's afraid of doing the play. So what we need to do, and what most people need to do when we get to high elo, if we are afraid of being plays, is to make a play. Because if you have a fundamental style, and Yanni clearly he knew where things were happening. He had a map awareness. He had a pretty good sense of what was happening, but he was lacking the drive and the ability, and not ability, but more the lust for blood. So try if you're getting higher up, if you're seeing you have a fundamentals down and you have a knowledge, try to just make a play. It's okay to fuck up. It's better to fuck up and lose than to be inactive and not do anything all game. So I hope this helped, and if you want to see more, you can just watch more of my YouTube videos. I only have three about League of Legends, or you can go to my Twitch at twitch.tv/probesum. So yeah, bye.